The Lagos State government has declared Thursday, March the 29th, as work-free day in the state. This, according to the state government, will enable Lagosians come out en masse to welcome President Muhammadu Buhari on a 2-day working visit to the state. At a pre-visit press briefing, the Lagos State Police Commissioner, Mr. Imoimi Elgar, announced traffic diversions and alternative routes while the president will be in the state. Mr. Imoimi says adequate preparations have been made to mitigate the impact of the road diversions on residents, while access would be given to emergency situations. During the 2-day visit, President Buhari would commission the new Ikeja bus terminal, attend a colloquium in honor of the national leader of All Progressives Congress and former governor of Lagos State, Bola Ahmed Tinubu, as well as embark on a tour of the Eco-Atlantic City, among others.
These locations are within Ikeja, Agege Motor Road, Victoria Island, Ikoyi axis. For those of you who would want to ordinarily come to Bank Anthony Way, inward local airport, on Thursday morning, if it's not for any emergency, we would suggest you either put off the trip or use the diversions that would be created. In the same vein, for those of you who would have activities around the Eco Hotel, around the old marina on Thursday, and of course, those of you who would want to access some parts of Victoria Island on Friday, we would also advise, if it's not an emergency, you either postpone it or you use the diversions that will be created for you. The road closures and diversions will be very temporary. And of course, immediately the president leaves a certain location, that area will be opened quickly for the general public. It's the visit of Mr. President, and of course, you will see a lot of deployments, a lot of movement of personnel, both military and civil, and logistics. It's not in any way to alarm the general public. It's only to ensure that we'll take good care of security during Mr. President's visit.
Welcome back. Moving on to urban development. In line with its statutory responsibility of conducting stakeholder consultations and enlightenment, the Lagos State Physical Planning Permit Authority met with residents of Amuwo, Ofin, and Oriade. The interactive session focused on the Badagry 20-year master plan, as well as addressing controversies surrounding building permits.
Now, if you have family receipts,
community leaders, traders and youths, as well as representatives of professional bodies, non-governmental organizations from Amuwo, Ofin local government and Oriade local council development area attended the quarterly meeting organized by the Lagos State Physical Planning Permit Authority.
For the land that you have purchased as well.
The forum is to keep the people abreast of government's policies and programs as they relate to town planning and urban development. Creating functional communities through effective physical planning is the theme of the meeting. State officials speak on what the Badagry Masterplan entails and how the people can work with the state government to realize it.
The plan is a comprehensive one and has considered all factors necessary to make the communities making up the Amuwo Odofi LDA and Oriade LCD functional and sustainable. As such, all the physical development proposals and ventures in these areas must necessarily tally with the provisions of the Badagry Master Plan, which is the official instruction manual for the use of spaces within this area. The master plan has incorporated some upgrades, such as infrastructure improvements and increase in density of some major roads, namely Festa Link Road, Okota Link Road, Old Ojo Road, and the Lagos Badagry Expressway, which is also a major route for the Lagos Light Rail project.
We're talking about a safe community, a secure community, a functional community, a practical community, a useful community. Everybody's going to talk about what are those things that we have to put in place, that we have to be able to plan to have this functional community.
The forum then goes into interaction as residents comment and ask questions on areas where they want the state government to improve town planning.
With this planning of the states, we want to see what is the synergy between this planning with those of the federal government lands in places like Satellite Town.
For over 3 years, we have been tossed up and down. We wrote to the governor, we wouldn't know whether the governor has approved of it or not. The last time I was here on behalf of my ESCO, I was referred to the Office of the Commissioner for Special Duties and Intergovernmental Relations. Up till now, they have not done it. And we keep on experiencing fire inferno. If we are developing and we are planning and we don't put up devices to secure lives and properties in that community, of what help is the development?
In Oriade, we've been having a lot of flood. When you move down inside Satellites, you see a mighty buildings. They build house, these big bad monies people. They build house on top of canal, on top of drainage. And I know most of them collect permits from the states and the federal governments. And the place every day, every week, if there is a single small rain like this, Oriade is being flooded with water. Please, we need serious attention on it.
If the Omoile now comes up and say, look, Tuli, these lands are formerly for government, but now government have removed their hand. Anybody can now come in and start to sell.
There's a task force on land grabbing. There's nobody that can state categorically that a land that is deemed to be under government acquisition has been released or excised unless government itself. So we are also doing studies on happenings at Oriade LCDA in relation to the tank farms. We are very much passionate about happenings in our environment.
As part of measures to address the challenges in the application of planning permit and for the ease of doing business, the Lagos State government recently granted provisional approval to developers for processing of title documents towards the commencement of physical property development.
This administration of His Excellency Mr. Akinwumi Ambode has now made it easier that, look, if you have a family receipt duly stamped, you can come forward and apply for planning permit. I will give you provisional approval, which will enable you to start building. Then you can now go on to the Lands Bureau to finally get a registered title.
In line with the all-inclusive goal of Governor Akinwumi Ambode's administration, feedback obtained from participants of the meeting will be used as data input for the formulation of policies to enhance the development of the Badagry Masterplan.
All that starts well ends well, so they say. The same applies here too. So thank you sincerely for being part of the program. This is where we draw the curtain for this particular edition. I'm Loretta Chiogo. Hope to see you again next week, God willing. Bye-bye.